People are just crazy about the show on the History Channel, Vikings. And Katheryn Winnick has become a growing star in American television. You know her from Bones, Amusement, and of course Vikings. And this season, oh man, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with, okay?
It's pretty amazing, and the fans are so devoted to this show. You should have seen Comic-Con, huh? Okay,
oh,
now.
Comic-Con, she was like, everybody was going nuts that she was there.
The new project, The Dark Tower, is in theaters on Friday, August 4th. That's this Friday. It also stars Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey. Welcome to Good Day New York, Katheryn Winnick.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So it's a Stephen King movie, right?
It is. It's based on his novels, The Dark Towers.
So it's got to be a little scary.
Well, yes. And what's great about this is not necessarily, it's more of like a action fantasy thing. It's based in the imaginary worlds and different realms. So I think a lot of fans that are fans of Stephen King novels are really going to appreciate this.
Very cool.
So what's it like? You got to put away the crown for being the queen, and now you're in a Stephen King, movie. And obviously two different kind of approaches.
Totally different. It's fun to try on different hats. Kill people with a sword and then get a chance to actually be in an incredible ensemble cast like this. We got Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey, and obviously a little more contemporary than being a Viking queen, but it's going to be, I'm excited for it to hit theaters.
So this looks like a lot of physical movement, action. So what was it like for you? Did you get hurt doing any of those scenes?
Well, actually, my character, I played Jake's mom, so it really set in New York. I didn't get much action, unfortunately. I didn't get a chance to do any of my fighting. But the movie itself definitely has a lot of action elements, and Idris Elba plays the famous gunslinger. So you see him, you get a chance to see him kicking some butt.
So did you actually film it in New York? I know it's set in New York.
No, we shot this in Cape Town, in South Africa. So we were there for a couple months shooting that. Got a chance to go to a couple safaris on my time off.
No kidding.
Amazing. Oh, yeah.
What'd you see? Any big...
I saw the Big Five.
The Big Five, which would be what?
Wildebeest? What?
No, wildebeest. Lion. Okay, what else? What else?
Tigers.
Elephant. Cheetah.
Lions, tigers, and bears, right?
What are the Big Five?
Well, you got to...
Okay, lions, tigers, cheetahs, elephants.
I was going to say wildebeest.
Did I get four?
You got
a rhinoceros.
Yeah.
Is that five? And you didn't, nobody in your entourage, you just...
I actually almost got eaten by a lion.
Really? What happened? Tell the story.
Watching them mate, which was really fascinating. I was following this male lion who has this black mane. It was so beautiful, and he actually was mating with his lioness. And the way they do it, they actually corner the lioness for 5 days. They don't eat, they don't drink, they don't sleep. He literally corners her and separates her from everybody else until he feels that he's actually
and
ready? Wait, until he's ready or she's ready?
I think that the ranger was telling me that actually until he feels that he actually got a chance to plant his seed.
So where were you? Where were you in all of this?
I was in this open truck, watching this entire thing, and then I stood up to take a photo.
Yeah.
On my iPhone, and the way it works, if he thinks that if a certain height he feels threatened, all of a sudden he thought I was trying to take over, and he started charging towards us. And I'm like, what is going to happen? There's no guns, of course. You're in their territory, and you just kind of have to. I actually froze, and I don't get scared often. I was petrified.
Did you cover your face? Like, what'd you do?
This sounds better than the movie, quite frankly, Katheryn. This sounds pretty amazing.
Oh, my goodness.
Incredible.
Did you hear about the male lions? They actually eat the young of other lions to prompt them to mate again. It's the craziest thing in the world. I'm glad you went on this safari.
It's just to be in their environment, and just to, we take advantage, or we don't really appreciate the fact that this world is so big. It's just to be in their environment and seeing in their wildlife, seeing how they actually live, eat, breathe. It's just so mesmerizing, and I think everybody needs to at least experience that once.
Amazing.
We got to ask you about Vikings, but first the rhinoceros. The rhinoceros, because I hear those things can run. Anything crazy happen with the rhinos?
They're just so beautiful. Unfortunately, they're getting to be more extinct, and I just think that we need to do a lot more to try to preserve them as much as possible and give them the infrastructure they can have to be able to breed. And unfortunately, there's a big drought right now in South Africa, so that is one of the biggest causes. And Rhino poaching, obviously, as well, is a big thing. So, and elephants. Elephants is also another. Anyway, I know we're talking about animals.
Should we talk about, humans that were killed? The king. The king was killed.
The king was killed, yes.
And first of all,
Ragnar.
Right, and so I know. How could they get rid of the king?
No, they switch it up.
I know.
I know. No one's really safe on our show, Vikings. I think we've gone through 260 casts, I think.
Oh, my goodness.
In terms of speaking roles. But no one's really safe because we are Vikings and we can have an axe and our head chopped off.
But you're empowered this year because it seems by the trailers that you seem to have a little bit more.
Yes, Lagertha actually has the power. She's queen. She's in control, which also brings a lot of conflicts because a lot of people want to take over her kingdom, and she has to deal with being a woman in that position of authority. So that's always very challenging.
And what about love?
Love. Lagertha, I think she's done with love for right now. She does have a new love interest, a woman, Astrid, and she gives her son a little bit of taste of that. Like, we end up sharing the girlfriend. What? It's like, I know.
Well, it sounds very taboo.
Viking starts, what, the end of November?
Yeah.
It's November 29th, and we're doing a 2-hour special. We're doing a 2-hour premiere, so I think everybody will love.
Is that right after Thanksgiving? I think it might be.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Season 5 of Vikings, and again, The Dark Tower. You can see it Friday, this Friday. Katheryn Winnick, thank you.
Thank you for having me
here. By the way, she came here right after school, and she worked in New York. Were you a waitress somewhere, or were you struggling?
I was actually running a Taekwondo school, so in Toronto. So I was flying back and forth all the time as working here as an actress.
You were running the school?
I started my first school, yeah.
Taekwondo is what?
Can you give him a little...
No, could you, if somebody came at you, like a big 190-pound man, could you beat them up?
Well, of course.
You could.
Yeah, it's all about knowledge. It's really having that knowledge that you don't necessarily have to be big and strong, and it doesn't have to be force by force. But if you know joint manipulation, if you understand pressure points, and you have that knowledge of how the body works, you'll be able to.
You have to come back next time. I want you to get I want just you to get him in a position that I can then take advantage of him.
Sounds fantastic. Katheryn Winnick, thank you very much.